So in this video, I just wanted to go over a few things with you folks, namely the postings that are due for Wednesday, as well as a writing exercise that I would like you folks to complete. So for posting number 7, we go under the forms here and look. Got here. We are about halfway through the course, believe it or not. After this Wednesday, when you folks have the Inventing Arguments essay, then you'll have a week to do revisions of all the 3 essays that you've done up to that point. Then after that's the final portfolio, and then that's pretty much it as far as the class goes. So we are about at the halfway point, and really just taking a step back. I'm thinking about what your progress has been up to this point. Has there been something that was particularly difficult for you? What was the hardest thing for you to do? Were there things that were easy? Do you feel that your writing process has evolved or changed at all? And usually that happens over a really long period of time, and we're doing the accelerated class online form here. So maybe it hasn't changed too much, but maybe you've had to think about things you haven't thought about before in relation to your writing process. What are some things you feel you still need to work on? And really trying to be as specific and detailed as possible for that. For posting number 8, let's do for that one. This is maybe to help you refine your focus a little bit for the persuasive essay, also called the Inventing Arguments essay. And you'll remember from the last video, the library searches video, that I used video games and violence in adolescence as an example of somebody that might have a particular topic for a paper, and they're trying to persuade to a specific point of view. So this is kind of going off of that, and really answering these questions as thoughtfully as you can, stating what your specific topic is, the position that you're arguing for, and why you feel is important. So, why should somebody care about it in the first place? So I give the example, video games specifically is the topic, right? And I am arguing that violence in video games increases the likelihood of violence in children. This is important because research studies such as blank, blank, blank have showed that exposure to violence in early childhood and adolescence can lead to deviant behavior in adulthood. Okay, so you're giving a very specific, okay, what is it that the topic is, what is it that you're arguing for, and why is it important, right? The importance being that it could lead to violent behavior later on. Next, what do you think, what do you know or think you know about this particular topic? So you may have a sense of the topic, but there might still be more that you need to research and be specific. Where did this knowledge come from? Was it family, school, friends, media outlets, etc.? And try to explain. What are some possible counter-arguments to your position? Name them. Who is the intended audience for this piece? In other words, who do you want to get this message across to? And who will it help, or whose mind do you think it will change, and why? So think about those very specific questions and try to write on those as fully as you can. For posting number 9, the last one that you'll have due for this week. I've been thumbing through some old books, and I came across a book called Rewriting Craft, Composition, Creative Writing in the Future of English Studies by Tim Mayers, an excellent author that has some great points about the field of English and where it's going and all these different components that are part of it. But he poses some really interesting questions that I thought could be applicable and relevant to your Inventing Arguments essay. So just answering these questions. Describe how you planned the Inventing Arguments essay up to this point. Did you outline, create summaries of sources, just start writing? Did this planning or lack thereof work out well? In what places did it not work well? And did you discover anything about your topic as you wrote? What are some of your biggest concerns with this particular assignment, and how might you address and remedy these concerns? So all of those questions. And again, you might have to be fairly far along in the drafting of your essay before you can really answer this. So that's okay. Don't worry about that too much. And lastly, I do have another writing exercise for you folks for this week. And really this one is not so much a reading comprehension question, but having you folks look at the readings and the things that you're starting to understand and posing questions to other people, and then we'll end up responding to people as we go. So for this week, I would like you to come up with 2 questions to pose to us in the class. These questions can focus on a single reading or a series of readings. The question should not be mere retention questions. So what did author X say about this or that or the other? But instead should require some thought, reflection, and response from the class. So for example, how are the assertions of freedom and liberty in the Declaration of Independence still prevalent in our current perceptions about peace and war. So something that's going to generate some thought, some reflection. We're going to have to draw in some things, whether it's from our own personal experience, whether it's from things that are going on in current events or socially or whatever it might be. After everyone has posted their 2 questions, I would like you to provide a thoughtful 100 to 150 word response to each question. You can respond by clicking reply. So hopefully you folks will be able to do that before Wednesday, so posting your questions as well as posting the responses. Okay? We'll try to do that by this Wednesday. I know depending on how things are shaken out with the drafting of the paper and doing the postings, it might not be for another day or 2 after, and that's okay. But try to get this done as much as you can by Wednesday. Okay? As usual, any questions or concerns or anything, feel free to contact me. Okay, folks? Thanks.